this is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again for the Emmy Award-winning As the World Turns.
I just have to accept the fact that almost everything Marcy ever told me was a lie. The worst was her telling me she was pregnant when she wasn't.
I still don't understand why she did that.
Well, her excuse was that she felt threatened when she saw you with me at the studio the day of the commercial shoot. I guess she thought if she told me she was pregnant, I'd feel guilty. I don't know.
Maybe she did feel threatened.
No. In order to feel threatened, she'd had to have loved me, and I know for a fact she never did. The only reason she married me was to get even with you.
Hey, Con! Anybody home?
Yeah, I'm on the terrace. Listen, I don't think that we should talk about this in front of Evan.
Yeah, can you call me later?
Yeah. Hank! Hi, nice to see you. Morning. How are you? Good. How are you? Good.
Beatrice, I'm your father, and I love you very much. Surely we can work this out.
Brian and I have discussed this. I can't put my feelings into words. I just have them.
Well, try to find the words. You can't just tell me that you and my grandchildren are going to be a part of my life on the day I marry the woman I love and leave it at that.
I understand you loving Jessica, but I feel the way Lisa does about you having children.
Don't drag Lisa into this. I've talked to Lisa. She just wants us to be happy and not let anything or anyone stand in our way.
That's not what Brian told me.
Lisa and Brian have been talking behind my back.
Of course they have. They're naturally concerned about you, as I am.
Why don't you just admit the truth? You don't want Jessica in the family because she's black.
Is that so surprising?
Yes, it's bloody damn surprising. I grew up in Edinburgh just as you did. I never saw that kind of prejudice. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid.
Yes, you are. You have to be. Prejudice is born of fear and ignorance. And you're certainly not ignorant.
I don't know what more I can say.
Jessica and I went to New York to see her parents. They said that they wouldn't be part of our wedding because they were afraid that marrying a white man would eventually hurt her, no matter how much he loved her. That shocked me. But it's nothing compared to the shock that you've given me. Beatrice, I know that you love me, and you have seen how happy Jessica makes me.
Nothing is going to change the way I feel. I wish something could.
Grandfather, we thought we had your money.
She insisted. She wanted to see her grandfather. I'm afraid this isn't a good time.
Any time is a good time. But I'm afraid I have to leave.
When are you coming back?
I don't know. But I will come back, I promise. And your grandfather's a man of his word. You better put the children up for the nap, then. Bye. Beatrice, I love Jessica very much, and I'm going to marry her. So I suppose that I have to accept your conditions. But one day you're going to have to explain to those two children why they aren't a part of their grandfather's life. And for their sake, and your own, I hope your explanation is better than the one you've given me.
The only explanation I can give you. I love you with all my heart, and I always will.
In that case, I really don't understand at all.
Hello. Beatrice, it's Jessica. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just wondering how long Duncan would be there.
Father's on his way back to you now, Jessica. Please be there for him. Be there.
You guys have to eat something before you go.
I'm telling you, I really don't think she's gonna let you wear it.
Have you noticed that we go through this every morning?
She always lets me borrow anything. She's not gonna let you wear it.
Where's my jacket?
Give your family all the nutrition of a complete meal with Carnation Instant Breakfast.
Not like it.
I'm not kidding. Nobody leaves this house without having a decent breakfast. Or with my jacket.
Carnation Instant Breakfast. Because life doesn't stop for breakfast.
You're gonna be late.
Nice jacket.
Nice try.
Mom, still at the mall.
Mom! Oh, you're making chicken with stovetop stuffing? We're having stovetop with the celery and onions? What time? 6? 8. Turn right, Bob.
You can never get enough stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes.
Presenting some more of the 2,000 body parts you can clean with Lever 2000. The deodorant soap that's better for your skin. And all your 2,000 parts.
This summer, millions of kids will be looking for one thing, fun. They'll find it at Holiday Inn Hotels. We've got cruises, restaurants, lots of fun. And at Holiday Inn, kids don't just stay free. Kids 12 and under eat free at participating hotels. So start packing. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY or your travel agent. Holiday Inn, the official hotel for family fun.
Tonight, climbers on an inaccessible mountain when tragedy strikes. Now can rescuers get to them in time?
The chances of being caught in an avalanche were pretty good.
The season finale, Rescue 911. A female cop used as bait to catch a serial rapist.
It was the eeriest feeling. It took everything I had to just lay there and wait.
Top Cops, Thursday.
Don't you guys ever quit?
No. You're just jealous.
You're right.
And aren't you supposed to be in school?
No, I'm done. I took my last exam, and barring any natural disaster, I should have my BA before long. I'm working in the fall for Dean Avian, too.
Great. Hey, Kirk told me he offered you a job managing the yacht club.
Yeah, he did. I gotta call him about that.
Are you going to take it?
I have some reservations about it. So where's your kid? How's Carol and Dana?
Carol and Dana, who's
Dana. I don't think I know that. You obviously haven't heard. We have now changed our name to Carrie.
You changed?
Short. Nickname. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Speaking of, I gotta go see Freddie Smith. I'll be right back.
Well, you old BA, you old proud of you. Hey, you got reservations about taking that job, huh? The yacht club?
Yeah.
Was it because of Courtney?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it still hurts to see her with Evan Walsh. They're sleeping together, you know. And that's why I'm not sure if I want to work at the yacht club this summer. As much as I try to fight it, I still love her. And I don't think I could make it through a whole summer without letting it show, you know.
Well, Andy, I think avoiding her isn't gonna help the situation. Yeah, you're just the kind of guy that can stand up to that challenge.
Thanks for letting me open up to you about this. I don't really have anyone to talk to about it. Paul's traipsing around Europe and, you know, my parents.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Thanks.
Right?
Hey, Andy. Want to stay for lunch?
Yeah,
You were bonding with your niece?
Yes, that's it. Hi.
Since you're here, I'm going to call Sabrina so we can both talk to her. Okay?
Oh, she's
Listen, Andy, I don't want to push you into it or anything, but you really should call Kirk about that job.
Oh, yeah. You know, I almost forgot. I got a call this morning at the crack of dawn from Lucinda Walsh, and she had talked to my dad, and he said that he and Iva had gotten married.
What?
I thought that she was up to her old tricks, so I checked with Lily. Turns out that my dad was just trying to pull Lucinda's leg.
Larry? Is that you?
Freddie! Hi, what a surprise! What? No, I saw Sabrina earlier, but she hasn't been around lately. No, yeah. Look, things are good here, yeah. Well, no, it's not like a memorial. There's 65 kids in this ward alone. They all need serious medical attention. Susan and I have been working since dawn this morning. Yeah. Wait a minute. Sabrina's right here. I'll put her on the phone for you. It's Freddie.
Oh, thank you, Nana.
Thanks.
Freddie? Hi. ¿Cómo estás here? Hola. Buenos días, Flora. Have you come up with a diagnosis?
Knock knees, enlarged wrists and ankles, pigeon breasts, some indication of softening of the skull.
Rickets.
That's right. This is the first case I've ever seen outside of a textbook.
It's practically non-existent in the States.
Well, except for some inner cities and outlying rural areas, malnutrition is making a comeback. All right. I want to treat her with high doses of vitamin D and cod liver oil, and I want to make sure, here, some instructions, I want to make sure she gets plenty of fortified milk and egg yolk. Proper diet, most of the damage should be taken care of. Te prometo ti voy a curar, okay, Flora? Okay? Great.
Thank you so much, Larry. Oh. I'll take you back to the ward now. Thanks.
Hasta luego. There's a lot of work to be done here.
I know. It's really overwhelming when you walk through the wards.
Okay.
Diego, come with me?
Potpourri! But we're more than just potpourri. I'm the potpourri carpet deodorizer with genuine Arm & Hammer baking soda to absorb odors naturally and make the carpet potpourri fresh. And I'm the only air freshener with Arm & Hammer baking soda, so I naturally destroy top bathroom odors and make the air potpourri fresh. I freshen the carpet and I freshen the air. Natural freshness from the baking soda experts.
In medical tests, people fell asleep faster and slept better with Unisom than without. Unisom for faster, better sleep.
Nighttime, one of the worst times for pain. Minor arthritis pain, muscle aches, pain that seems to go on. That's why you need Ultra Strength Bengay, the strongest Bengay ever. You can say goodnight to your pain with Ultra Strength Bengay.
I love being naughty, especially when I can get away with it. I could drive light, less fat, so I can indulge in food. Real vanilla. Pure, true taste. I feel like I'm cheating. But I'm not. What a shame.
Natural Breyer's light frozen dessert. So real, you can taste it.
Beginning Friday, 2 nights to remember. A tale of 2 world wars. 3 extraordinary women. And the men who fought for their passion. Michael York, Courtney Cox, Barry Bostwick, and Bruce Boxleitner. In a story of unforgiving hate and uncompromising love. Judith Kranz's Till We Meet Again.
Watch CBS this morning. It's breakfast for your head.
My father's on his way back to you now, Jessica. Please be there for him. Be there.
There you are. I was worried about you. How have you been?
Well, it was Beatrice and the children, and we had a nice lunch.
Duncan, I called Beatrice over an hour ago, and she said you'd left already, and she sounded upset. What happened?
Oh, she's probably come around by now. She probably regrets what she said. And
What did she say?
well, apparently Brian and Lisa have been talking.
Well, that's not surprising.
Surprised the hell out of me.
Beatrice still disapproves, doesn't she?
Beatrice made it very clear that she and Brian won't be part of our wedding.
Well, we had to face that with my parents, and...
No, it's not the same thing. This is worse than that. It's, Beatrice said that when I marry you, my family will no longer be part of my life.
What? Sweetheart, if I'd had any idea that's what you were facing, I would have been there.
No. I'm glad you weren't. I just had no idea that kind of prejudice existed in my own flesh and blood.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
Listen to me. You know, none of this affects the way I feel about you or our plans for a life together. So look at it this way. Now we can pick any date we want for a wedding.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Kirk, and acquiring Mansfield is going to be even more imperative now. Yeah, well, I'll talk to you later about it, okay? All right, bye. Well, you were right about Lucinda moving in on Kruger.
I hope she just doesn't make Walsh her next target.
I don't think we ought to anticipate the worst. She's going to have enough problems trying to straighten out the chaos at Kruger.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to thank you for breakfast this morning.
Sure.
And I spoke with Mom. She's feeling much better. In fact, Ellen's going to take her over to Memorial and introduce her to some of the other volunteers.
Ah, yes, the lure of the social elite. She hasn't changed a bit.
Oh, come on, Sis. You're not being very fair. I mean, she really seemed interested in getting involved with a worthwhile cause.
Yeah, right. Look, Evan, just keep an eye on her, okay? Don't let her come between you and Courtney.
Hey, come on. She was very sympathetic when I told her about Courtney's bulimia. Which reminds me, I told her that you had gone through the same thing when you were in college. I thought she knew already.
Oh, great. Now that's another failure of character she's going to be able to throw in my face.
Oh, Connor, I wish you'd give her another shot at it. Listen, I got an idea. Why don't you come out with us tonight looking for apartments?
What is the point? Evan, how are you and Courtney ever going to have any time alone with Mother living with you?
Look, I'll handle that. And I wasn't too thrilled to find Link at your place this morning.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell. That's why he left in such a hurry.
I just don't want to see you get hurt again, all right?
Just let me deal with that, okay? Look, I've got to finish this and get over to the Crawfords. Joe wanted me to come by for some lunch. I'm hoping that I'll be able to talk him into getting DeWitt to send us a little more business.
Well, if anyone can do it, I'm sure you can. I'll keep trying. As soon as I talk to Emerson Gallagher, I'll take you to lunch.
Oh, I think I'll pass, Anthony. I have to get to Oakdale with Darrell back. I have a lot of work to do on DeWitt. Why don't you speak to Gavin's attorney anyhow?
I'm sure D.A. Hughes is going to introduce the file his wife looked over at Gavin's next trial. I've done business with the man. It's only right I let his attorney know what's going on. Do you need a car, driver?
Just to the airport.
When are you going to be back?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
Yes. Good. Mr. Gallagher, listen. Tell Gavin thanks for warning me about Lucerne. Gave my accountants plenty of time to fix the books. Detective Hughes just left. Doesn't suspect a thing.
Mrs. Eldridge and the others should be arriving shortly. May I get you something?
No, thank you.
No, thanks. Oh, the last few hours seemed like an eternity.
Honey, it was just so wonderful coming to the gravesite and seeing you there with Lisa.
Yeah, standing across the grave from my brother. A man who I just met this morning.
The other cars have just pulled into the driveway.
Thank you. You know, we really should have insisted that Lisa come with us.
No, Mrs. Eldridge wanted Lisa, Mom, with Scott.
Thank you so much for persuading Tom to come. You know what? It wasn't so much my persuasion. He decided on his own.
Doris, is the dining room set up? Oh, yes, ma'am. And Cook has everything ready.
Good, because my nephew Carl has to leave early. Oh, Lisa, I'd like you to meet my other nephew, Frederick. He's the senior partner at Eldridge & Eldridge now.
How do you do? I'm Lisa Mitchell.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Mitchell.
I'm sure you remember that Lisa was once married to John, and Carl is now a partner at her son's law firm in Oakdale.
Doris, I desperately need a double vodka on the rocks.
Scott, well, is there anyone here you haven't met?
Yeah, the woman standing with Tom Hughes.
Well, that's my daughter-in-law, Margot Hughes. Come on, I'll introduce you. Margot, darling, I would like for you to meet my other son. This is Scott Eldridge.
How do you do? It's nice to meet you.
Gas pressure means pain and bloating. And the way doctors see it, your best choice for relief is Mylanta Gas. It has the best medicine for gas.
You better sit down for this. The tampon you probably used was designed long ago by a man. A woman doctor designed a tampon that expands to fit better and prevent fluid going by. It's OB. You can stand up for it. These signs are so easy to read, they're unmistakable. So are these. They're the signs you see when you use Fact Plus, the one-step home pregnancy test. Fact Plus will simply show you a plus sign if you're pregnant, a minus sign if you're not. So if you think you're pregnant, at the first sign, turn to Fact Plus. Easy to read, so you know for sure.
You want everything that touches your baby to be gentle, like his first friend and his first formula. We chose Carnation Good Start. It's different from other leading formulas. Good Start's protein is specially processed into smaller pieces to make it gentle, easily digestible. No formula is more nutritious. Remember, breast milk is best, but Good Start's the formula made to be gentle. Gentle for you. Carnation Good Start. It's made to be gentle.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Imagine you suffered the lowest humiliation from your boss.
You want me to have sex with you, isn't that it, Mr. Baldwin?
Your husband wants to beat him to a pulp.
I cannot let him get away with it.
But it's your career that's on the line.
There are ways to deal with a man like Michael Baldwin.
The Young and the Restless, weekdays.
This is CBS.
Good day. Coming up in about a half hour on Eyewitness News at noon, Governor Bangerter today expanded the agenda for the special legislative session, but the prayer issue is still on hold. We'll have a live report. And Imelda Marcos is wanted in the Philippines. We'll tell you why. Those stories in Weather School at noon here on Channel 5. Join me.
Alaska Days, your chance to win an Alaska trip for 2 from the Channel 5 Merchants Club and Morris Air Service. Visit one of these participating stores and register to win today. When you want to be at the center of downtown Salt Lake activity, come to the newly renovated Horns Howard Johnson Hotel. Just minutes from all the most popular downtown attractions with rooms from only $49.50. Call Horns Howard Johnson Hotel toll-free at 1-800-366-3684.
The Master Jeweler can make the bridal set of your dreams come to life. We offer absolutely the finest quality custom work at reasonable prices. Bring your ideas to us. There's no limit to what we can do. We're not just a jewelry store. We're the Master Jeweler, Crossroads Plaza and Cotton Tree Square, Provo.
The Hibachi Restaurant welcomes you to an enchanted world of old-style Japanese cuisine, gracious service, and private dining rooms for 2 to 60 people. Enjoy our Super Bowl lunch special from only $3.95. The Hibachi, 238 East South Temple. Register to win at one of these Channel 5 Merchants Club merchants today.
A paid slip away tonight on Eyewitness News.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I don't know why you would turn to Connor after everything you've been through.
I want her to know about what happened with Marcy.
Why?
Because I said some pretty terrible things to her thanks to Marcy's lies, and I need to apologize, okay?
Lincoln, I am not trying to defend Marcy, but you know she was right when she said that Connor
Forget
was...
it, Mom. I should have known you couldn't understand.
Hi, where's Lily?
She's at the factory with Barbara. Can I help?
Well, actually, I've been trying to get in touch with my brother Sean, and I can't seem to get past his secretary. I was wondering if she could get word to him to call me.
Well, I'll be sure and give her the message.
Okay.
I'll get that in the reception room. You know, I kind of felt like Gavin and I were intruding this morning.
Oh, no, you weren't. I came by uninvited anyway.
Well, I don't know if this is really my place, but, I know that you and Connor were very close before you married Marcy, and I know she's been going through a really rough time, and maybe I've been reading too many romance novels, I don't know, but it would be so nice if you could patch things up somehow. It's, Connor, I'm going for you.
Hi, I'm glad you called.
I can only talk for a minute. I'm about to have lunch with Franny and Daryl, but I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry that we got interrupted this morning by Courtney and Evan, and I wanted to know if you could come over at 1 o'clock, come to my office so that we can talk. Great. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.
Connor.
Hey, Annie, how you doing? Hey, hear you're a big hero on campus. I was over down in Stewart's last night when Tess and Hutch came by and told us the whole thing.
Well, it's not anything that anyone else wouldn't have done in the same situation.
That's not true. You know, you got a lot of guys to stand up and fight for something. Most people just prefer you turn around and even look the other way.
And I, for one, am proud of you for fighting with your camera this time instead of your fists.
Yeah, me too.
You gonna talk to Duncan?
Well, Duncan wants to let Ferguson handle it himself. I gave Ferguson copies of the pictures that I took. That's all I can do.
I'm gonna go check on lunch. I'll be right back.
So, you've opened this pool, I
Yeah,
think.
pool's open. Pool is officially open. It's hot. Go
Is
ahead.
it hot? Take a swim if you want. Check. I'm gonna check.
How about some tea?
Oh, I'd love some, thanks.
You know, there's some things I want to discuss with you.
I hope it's about persuading the DeWitt board to throw some more business wash this way.
Well, before we get down to business, I want you to know that when Franny and I were in Puerto Rico, I decided to tell her about my past, make a clean breast of it.
You didn't tell her about us, did you?
Well, when I tried to tell her, she said she didn't want to hear about it. Past was past, didn't concern her, but I want you to know if it ever comes up, I'm not going to lie about it.
Well, I think that's going to make our business relationship very difficult.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyway, back to business. I'm going to speak to Charles about bringing more of DeWitt's divisions under Walsh control.
That's great. Well, I'm ready to do whatever's necessary to get the ball rolling.
Connor, I gotta thank you for never using our past to try and pressure me into anything. Here's to a past that's buried and to a future that's mutually profitable.
I do not understand what you say. I said you're pregnant. Embarazada. You're gonna have a baby. You didn't have any idea? I knew something happened to my body, but so many here have swollen belly because they're so hungry. I thought it was like that for me. Inez, didn't your mother ever tell you about how you have a baby? No. She was killed by the soldiers when I was 7. What about your father? Your padre? They say he was a freedom fighter, but I don't remember him. His name is on the wall in the square. Who raised you? The boy who brought me here. Is he the father of the baby? He must be. But he died of a wasting sickness. What will become of me? Oh. Try not to worry. You're going to be taken care of. I'm going to run some tests. But you look strong to me. And if you do as we say, there's no reason why you can't have a healthy baby. But how am I going to take care of it? I'm sure the people who are in charge here, they'll find a way to help you. I'm only going to be here a couple of weeks. But I'll tell you what, we'll talk. I'm going to explain to you the things your mother didn't get a chance to. Okay? Do you have children? I have a daughter, Emily. You talk to her about everything? Not when she was your age, I didn't, but we do now. We talk all the time. We're very close. Muy simpático. I've never been to a doctor before. I was afraid of them, but I won't be afraid anymore. I'm glad. Well, I want you to take this to the nurse. Make sure they give you a lot of milk. But milk is for the baby. Milk is for you, baby, now. I'll see you real soon, and we're going to talk. Doctor, this is Maria. Ah, buenos días, Maria. She's complaining of some chest pain. Oh, yes? Here's a shot. Okay, siéntate. I came down here to help, and I'm the one who's getting an education. That little girl, she's pregnant. She had no idea. I'm afraid there are many more like Inez. She's a legacy of the revolutions. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm never going to take anything for granted again. You only think you have problems till you see what problems really are.
Housekeeper Plus also picks up dirt. The powerful, more convenient Regina Steamer Carpet Cleaner. Try it once, and you'll never go back to rentals.
You rent cars, you don't rent carpet cleaners.
Baby, on your delicate skin, I wouldn't use just any sunblock. Between you and the sun, I use Water Babies. It protects to SPF 45 without irritating. No wonder pediatricians recommend it more. Up you go. Water Babies. Put it between your baby and the sun. Next time you get dressed, try on something see-through. Introducing Lady Speed Stick Crystal Clean, deodorant protection that glides on invisibly fresh, invisibly clean. New Crystal Clean. Protection never looks so clean.
With Hillshire Farm light smoked sausage, you can make meals in minutes. We're giving people a whole new appreciation of fast food. Taste the difference when it comes from Hillshire Farm.
And when will Mr. McCall be finished with his meat? Yeah, I understand, but I'm his father-in-law. No, I don't plan to come to London tonight. Just give him the number I gave you and have him call me. Thank you. Another surprise. She wanted to know if I wanted accommodations in London tonight to meet Beatrice and the children. Apparently, my daughter has decided not to face me again and has run off to her husband. I think it's time you and I flew back to Oakdale.
No, you can't leave, Duncan, not on this note. You need to see Brian, talk to him, man to man.
If Brian were a man, he would have been talking to me already and not Lisa. No, we're going to take the next flight home, and then we're going to plan our wedding and share it with our true friends.
Now, wait a minute. What about your business meetings with the distillers here? And Lucinda is expecting you to be at the meetings in Zurich.
I can't concentrate on business now.
Well, Duncan, you have to. Otherwise, you're setting a pattern for our whole marriage, and I'm not about to let you pack up and run every time it gets a little rocky.
What do you suggest?
Well, for a start, I think you need to get rid of some of this anger you're feeling. Now, there's a wonderful spa downstairs in the hotel. I think you should go down there, swim 30 laps, pound the punching bag, lift some weights, maybe get a massage. And then once you've gotten this out of your system, you can come back here and we can talk about this like reasonable adults who love each other very much.
When you put it that way, how can I resist?
Right.
I want to get back to Oakdale. My wife's in her 9th month, and I'd like to get home to Monica to shake off some of the sadness, too.
Well, that must be a real comfort to Helen, though, knowing there's another Eldridge on the way.
Look, I haven't had a chance to bring this up, but I was pretty shocked last night when Scott told me that Lisa's his mother.
Yeah, I'm sure. You needn't say more.
I just want you to know that nobody in the family ever discussed it with me. All I ever heard was that Scott's mother was a woman John met in Europe and that she died in childbirth.
Well, that's more than I was told. Carl, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't say anything about this to anyone in Oakdale.
Of course. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Lisa, I have to leave now. I wanted to say goodbye.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Is Scott in the dining room? I don't know.
Mom, are you going with us?
Well, I'm not sure, Tom. Well, there's really no hurry, honey. I mean, the kids are with Mom, so...
Lisa, Doris just said that Scott left half an hour ago, but nobody seems to know where he's gone.
presents Houdini. Poor little Houdini. His leaky diaper stopped the show. Lucky for him, Huggy's baby steps made an appearance with 5 steps tailored to help stop leaks. Huggy's is the only diaper with both leakage control shields here and a unique inner layer here. Just watch how it locks wetness away for amazing leakage protection. Now, Houdini's up to his old tricks with Huggy's baby steps to help stop leaks. Ta-da!
Good morning, birthday girl.
Don't remind me. I hope no one finds out. It's our secret.
Forecast for the air.
Introducing Pond's Foaming Cleanser and Toner in one. It deep cleans and helps tighten pores to bring out your natural radiance.
And this birthday wish goes out to Deborah Palmer from a secret admirer.
Pond's, it brings out your natural radiance.
You can have a great beef dinner in no time at all. Well, almost no time at all. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
For years, I was faithful to one detergent. And then this guy offers to wash one of my husband's T-shirts in an unbranded detergent and one of them in New Ultra Surf, right? And he washes them both, and they both look spotless. And I said, well, you wasted your time. He says, okay, now watch this. And he puts a little heat with an iron. And it brought out these odors. I could smell it. The Surf shirt smelled much cleaner. So now I use it. I mean, with Surf, it doesn't just look clean. It is clean. I like clean.
Thank you for lunch, Mr. Walsh. You know, I'm surprised, actually, that you could get away from work.
Well, I got my priorities straight. And you even take precedent over space-age aeronautics.
Oh, I do, huh?
Listen, psychology. You were really serious about taking that as a major, weren't you?
Yes! Why?
I don't know. It just seems like it could be a little unnerving making love to someone who's always psychoanalyzing you.
Well, Franny seems to manage.
True.
Well, speaking of making love, or shall I say not making love, how's your mother doing, huh?
Well, she's still at Memorial with Ellen, but I'm going to meet up with her later. We're going to look at apartments. Why don't you come along with us?
No, that's sweet, thank you, but I think that's something you should do on your own.
Well, you got to join us for dinner then.
Oh, if you insist. I'll just be home studying.
Have you talked to Lily yet?
No, I went by M&A, but she wasn't there, so I talked to Link. He said he'd give her the message. I know he's not your favorite guy.
I just don't want him getting mixed up with Connor again.
Do me a favor. Stay out of it. Let them work it out on their own.
Okay. But only because you said so. Can I walk you back to student union?
You know, actually, I think I'm just going to stay here and study. It's just so beautiful out. Springtime.
Okay, then. Until later.
Okay. Can't stop kissing you. Andy! Hi!
Hi.
What are you doing here? I thought your classes were over.
I just came by to pick up the stuff in the lab. It's amazing. 4 years how much stuff you accumulate.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm really proud of the way you dealt with the situation at the play rehearsal last night. Tess and Hutch told me that you were really cool and you did all the right things.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm learning.
I see a thought. Something wrong?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, nothing's wrong. I'm thinking about this summer. How nice it would be for us to be working together again.
Working together? I mean, you're going to be working for Dean Avian, right?
Yeah, Dean Avian, yeah. I am, but Kirk offered me Bill Harper's job that he vacated, so I just called and quitting.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm gonna take the job. It's just good to know that my last summer working there is gonna be with somebody that's a good friend of mine.
Was it fabulous?
Great, thanks for letting us do the spots. You really hit the spot.
And I love your paintings. I would really like to buy one.
Oh, I'll give you one, and thanks for all the work you've done here.
No, I won't buy it. As a matter of fact, I already have my eye on one of them.
Thank you, I'm flattered.
Excuse me, I'd like to check on this.
Okay. I'm serious about that painting. I expect to pay full market price because I know one day it's going to be very valuable.
Thanks. I'm not in any position to turn down a sale.
I imagine you went through quite a bit of your inheritance cleaning up Tonio's debts. How are you doing financially, I mean?
Well, it's enough to meet my needs. To minimal down here.
Well, you deserve a lot more than that. You deserve a home and husband, children, you know, the whole works.
I'm not sure I'm ready for all that just now. I'm still dealing with the scars. I'm not proud of what happened with Tonio, but I do think of him.
I understand. You know, if anything happened to Susan right now, it'd be a long time before I could pick up and go on.
And what you have with Fanny?
Well, I can say that what I have with Susan is deeper, more mature. The trouble is she doesn't believe it, otherwise she would have accepted my proposal already.
Oh, I'm sure she will. And I wish you every happiness.
I wish the same for you.
I've given up that sort of happiness. It's just not in the cards for me.
I don't believe that for a minute. You shouldn't either. Come here.
If your doctor has recommended Metamucil and you like the results, but you don't like those glasses of thick liquid, change to FiberCon. Get the same fiber action in easy-to-swallow tablets. Get doctor-recommended FiberCon.
Big odors lurk in small places. Big odors linger in small places. Concentrated Airwick Stick-Up stop big odors in small places. Airwick Stick-Up.
For years, Pledge has kept our furniture beautiful. Well, now Pledge does even more. With a special dust-resistant formula called Dust Block, now Pledge actually repels dust. 2 weeks ago, I polished the word Pledge into this table. Watch. Pledge repels over half the dust I'd get just dry dusting. Pledge knows our lives are a lot busier these days. But with Pledge with Dust Block, they're a little easier, too.
Pledge with Dust Block. It actually repels dust. From SC Johnson Wax.
Houston meals that aren't on a holiday. The meals when there's no company. Here's to all the just plain days. Here's to Mom. You make the meals that make it home.
And every day you can depend on Wesson vegetable oil. Wesson's 100% pure, so the taste of your good cooking comes through every time. When it comes to great taste, there's no better day than today.
You make the meals that make it home.
Jess, I'm back. Followed your advice. It worked. I feel much better. Are you making yourself gorgeous? Oh, Jessica.
Brian, I just wanted to let you know we're leaving shortly for the train. No, you needn't meet us. I'll take a cab to the hotel. My father called. Did you return it? Good. Don't do anything until I get there and we can talk. See you soon.
Nanny? Put the children's coats on, please. The driver's here.
Hi. I didn't call because I wasn't sure you'd see me. We need to talk, Beatrice, about your father.
I wish you'd change your mind and go apartment hunting with me and Mom. I mean, after all, you're going to be paying part of the rent.
I don't mind at all chipping in, but I'm afraid the rest of it's going to be your problem.
Well, go to dinner with us then. Courtney will be there.
I'm sorry, I can't. I've got other plans.
With Link? Somebody mentioned my name?
Yes, I was just telling Evan, come on, I was telling him that you and I had a meeting right now.
I hope I'm not late.
No, you're right on time. I'll talk to you later. Close the door on your way out, okay? Have a seat. You had said earlier this morning that you wanted to get everything out in the air. And, I know that you've got a lot of things to sort out after what Marcy did to you, but I don't really think that I want to discuss all of it.
I'm sorry. I guess it is a lot to ask of you. Look, it's my problem and I have to deal with it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound insensitive. I know that you loved her. At least you loved the woman that you thought that she was. And I know that you trusted her, and it's very hard for you to give your trust to someone.
God, I know now how wrong I was not to trust you.
Well, thanks for saying that.
I don't know when my divorce will come through. I have to hire a detective to find Marcy first.
Well, I hope it works out. Very soon.
You and I once talked about being friends again someday. I'm hoping in time, maybe we could even try for something more. I came back, I don't know why. I can't explain so many things. We were never close, we were never even friends. Except the last few hours, something seemed to change. There's so many questions I have that you're never going to answer for me. Last few days, so much has happened. I really need someone to talk to. I was taught that the reason that you were so distant from me was because of my mother. But I know now I was a terrible disappointment, that I was never the son that you wanted. I never did the kind of things that make a father proud of his son. Maybe if I tried harder, I wouldn't have been such a terrible disappointment. Maybe I could have been the son you wanted. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You are not a failure. You mustn't think that of yourself, not for a minute. If you have to blame somebody for things that went wrong, oh, please blame me. Blame your father. But don't make our mistakes. Don't take our mistakes and our failures. Don't take them upon yourself.
If you've got the occasion, we've got the way to celebrate. Woohoo! With Baskin-Robbins ice cream cakes. Great for birthdays, holidays, special days. So come on, get that dirty, wonderful feeling with cakes. For me?
A cold swim season will reflect badly on you? Then make the under 200-calorie Kellogg's Special K breakfast part of your diet plan. And get the shape that reflects the way you want to be. Kellogg's Special K. Lose that winter fat.
Some people say it's impossible to make a great tasting sandwich that's better for you. With new Healthy Choice cold cuts, they're about to eat their words and love it. Here's why. Tender chicken breast, oven roasted turkey, cooked ham. Delicious? Definitely. But lower in fat and sodium than the leading brand, and that's got to be better for you. For a sandwich this good, remember these words. Healthy Choice cold cuts. With Healthy Choice, the choice is yours.
For all the hundreds of steps women have taken in their beauty rituals, now there is one step. 2 new products from Lubriderm. A facial cleanser that even removes mascara. A facial moisturizer that also protects from the sun. The one-step line from Lubriderm. Let the new ritual begin.
Tonight, the gripping conclusion of Intruders.
They hurt me! Why did you stop them?
2 women whose fears are escalating.
Whoever's doing it is going to come back.
The doctor who can no longer deny the truth.
What in the world happened here?
What's happening is real. And the government that stands against them.
Nothing is out there.
Richard Crenna and Mayor Whittingham had an all-star cast.
They took my baby!
Intruders, they are among us tonight.
Is sex with the boss the only way Cricket can keep her job? What will she do? Tomorrow on The Young and the Restless.
Scarves by Echo Design Group. Join us tomorrow for the Emmy Award-winning As the World Turns.
This is CBS.
Troops in Bangkok's